check, baby, 1, 2, 3.
Blasko!
Joy to the world. I should have dressed up. This is like the Halloween edition.
Hey, man, I told you. I reminded you and everything. What's going on?
Life is good, buddy.
Good.
Went to a nice benefit last night for Akron Children's Hospital. My sister-in-law, Kim Blasko, worked with Howard Hanna. They had an event at El Cowboy, and it was a 70s disco theme, and boy, it was a hoot to see everyone dressed in their gear. But it made me think about my favorite holiday, Arbor Day.
That's your favorite
Oh, I
holiday.
plant trees. I plant trees every year. No, just kidding. All right, so Halloween, it's the time.
What about it?
Okay. My father, when I was young, loved it. I mean, just embraced Halloween. So our house was the house in the neighborhood. Tombstones, ghosts in the trees, pumpkin scarecrows, all homemade. This is back in the days, 70s, 80s, So he loved it. Would dress up as Dracula every year, lay in a coffin in the driveway, and pass out candy. And it became the house known as, oh, that's the guy who dresses as Dracula. Cars, miles long, news, TV, always on the, just because he'd come out as Dracula. And then I came home one day and I thought my mom was going to have a heart attack because in our garage was a real casket. So he made a casket out of wood. And then as the years progressed, he got a casket and he would just set up in the middle. My neighbor, Aunt Betty, would come over and give him a beer every time. It was just fun. People loved it. So I watched how much fun he had and how much people enjoyed him. So I just have always embraced Halloween. The sights, the smells, the sounds. I decorate my house. I am a grown man, 52 years old. I have a Halloween village in my home. People have Christmas villages?
Yeah.
I have a Halloween one. Oh, yeah. Stuff moves around.
It's kind of surprising. Now we get to know the real Blasko and
Right.
what makes him tick.
I truly
So, all right, let's talk about Halloween a little bit. What do you think it is about being scared or being presented with scenarios that are frightening that is so appealing for human beings?
It's exhilarating. I was just talking to someone about haunted houses. I love them. I hate them. It's like a love-hate relationship. I love it because I think it's exciting, but then when I'm in there, I'm scared shitless sometimes.
No, you're not.
I'm not kidding you. Even though
Dude,
in my mind, I know they're fake.
I want to give you a spoiler. All the people in there are theater kids, right?
I know.
And it's just them.
I know.
And pretty much the only strategy is to get startle you.
I think
not
it's
even
jump scare.
scary.
That's what scares me. It's the jump scare. It's not the guy standing there with the knife who I know is fake. It's more of I'm walking through. It's the jump scare.
Yeah.
You step on the ground.
It's not
and buzzes.
scary. Just like slasher films are not scary.
They're not.
They're not. Like the mentally challenged, the ones that really get you.
Boom.
That's fear.
Man, I just watched the girl in the pool. It was kind of like a psychological movie. Not a horror film, but who the hell was in it? I forget. But yeah, it was way more intense than Friday the 13th or Freddy Krueger.
Appeal to an actual fear that you have and try to evoke that through what's being presented to you. Those are the good ones. So I think haunted houses are terrible. They're overpriced. You got to stand in line with dirty
I agree
people.
as far as being overpriced. There are, I don't know if there are any good ones in this area. Are there?
I go to them all the time, and
some are good up in Akron and Cleveland. They have some laboratories
even
and stuff.
then, most of it is just grotesque horror. I look around at how do they stage this? How are they going to get me? And most of it's just freaking gross.
Just
blood and
Canfield Scaregrounds does something.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I like them, but I'm not. That's not my favorite part of Halloween. I don't know what it is. You know what I think about the haunted houses? So when I went a couple years ago, I think it was in Akron, it wasn't even the haunted house that I liked. It was just everything around it. Like the ambiance. There was a little bar over here. There's a haze over here. You know what I mean? There was just kind of cool stuff. I don't know. I can't put it into words, but the whole feeling of Halloween is what I embrace. It's just, I don't know. It's not the blood, guts, and gore.
There was one, I read about this morning. There was a haunted house, and they're calling it a torture house. And when you go, did you read about this? You sign a waiver, and the things that they're allowed to do to you.
Tell us. I did hear this. You have to be a moron to go to that.
Totally. They can kidnap you. They can extract teeth from you. They might sever your fingers. They could waterboard
They could cut your
you.
hair, I heard.
Yeah.
So you've gone recently?
Hell,
No, I mean, I see that.
I'm fitting in so that you already got me, guys.
Put a little scar on your head.
It could have been all bullshit. It was an article that was written about it because you can think that even if you sign a liability, if someone severs your finger, that's probably a bad day, right? Probably a bad day.
You're not going to be in a good mood.
You're not going to go twice.
Right. You're not going to go back. For the other hand.
But who does that appeal to? Literally.
Now that I don't know.
Man, you know what I should do tonight? I should go torture myself.
Yeah, especially the kidnapping thing.
Kidnapping. Well, I did hear in Akron as a kid, there was sort of like folklore about the Akron Zips were part of a haunted house, and the football players would be inside the haunted house.
Doing the scaring?
And if you get through, you win money. And their job is to make sure you either turn back or they take you. And so I always pictured a linebacker coming up to me and saying, "You're not getting through." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm done.
Right,
I'm all right with that. I'm not going to be a good opposition to you."
So when my kids turned, I want to say, 5th grade, I gave them a big Halloween party. And then I, too, myself would have a big Halloween party for adults. Did we talk about this? I don't know. I mean, it's talking like 250 people I'd invite, invitations. So... Remember Kona Ice?
Yeah.
The Kona Ice guy. So I'd have him pull up my driveway, like at midnight. I have 15 bottles of vodka at the bottom. This is all adults. It was themed the parties. So we did Michael Jackson one year. We did 70s sitcoms one year. We did reality team one year. We did Disney one year. We did old school scary one year. I'll show you the pictures. My best friend Bob Murphy would carve a pumpkin every year according to the theme of the party. There is a pumpkin on my phone of J.J. Walker. His side profile on I mean, when I tell you how good it is, I can't even explain to you how good it is. And I'm just going to show you real quick because, well, we can't.
Just an artist, just has a good eye.
He
for
just
that
a good eye.
Stuff.
It's not his job. It's not his thing. He's an insurance. Well, he's a computer guy. Hold on. So, do you like? Well, I know you don't like candy. We talked about favorite foods, which was avocado and iced tea with no sugar last week. But what would you, candy-wise, if you had to pick one?
Oh, it's Reese's. Reese's is my go-to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chocolate peanut. Now, when I show you this, it's that good. It's a shading thing. It's like carved, shaded.
Dang. Let me show the camera this sucker.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
That is amazing.
Yeah, because it was 70 sitcoms, so he did Good Times, J.J. Walker. I mean,
dang.
There are some things. There's actually, I had a Disney theme. I said, I want a naked Jasmine. He did do that pumpkin. We don't have to show it, but I'll show you.
I'm not showing.
No. But it is a naked Jasmine.
It's a naked Jasmine.
And let me show you one more. Okay. This is how good he is. Reality TV. Tell me who that is. Old school. Snooki.
Is it really?
See it
you
now?
You have Snooki.
You see it?
I do now, yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was real good. So anyway, I'd have a big party. This was when I was married. 15 years we had it. So I had a 15-year run with the marriage, 15-year run with the Halloween parties. Big tents, fire pits. But I would make this maze. When my kids turned 5th grade, my present to them was, I'm going to give you a Halloween party. You're going to be the kid everyone in school talks about. So my brother Dave would orchestrate and build in his mind and on paper a huge maze. He would come over. My cousin Mikey would come over. We had about 300 yards of black visqueen, 10-foot posts, about 100 of them. So this maze would go in my backyard, and we'd just work it out, and we'd have, scare spots. So I'd have a party for all the kids, and then I'd have all the moms and dads come over that evening, and we would be in the haunted house scaring the shit out of the kids. And my cousin Mikey was at the end with the chainsaw. I mean, it was the best. So each kid got one in 5th grade. Every kid cried at the party. It was just great. It was
great.
And kids still talk about it. Mr. Blasko, I remember when you had that Halloween party.
Yeah.
So the best part about the kids' Halloween parties was I did 3 of them because I have 3 kids, and I did an extra one for Natalie one year. So I actually did 4. But every year I did the Halloween party for the kids. I'd coordinate it with the adult party that was coming up, and the maze was there. So I had a timer and a stopwatch, and the adults would run through the maze. You have to do a shot and a beer. Whoever made it through the maze in the best time will get a prize at the end.
Early on in the night, good times.
Crazy. Right. Half the maze was down towards the end of the night.
That's how you remove it.
I know. I drank moonshine. My neighbor Jeremy, shout out to Jeremy. He's a tattoo artist. He's wonderful. His father would go to the back hills of West Virginia and make moonshine. So every year he'd come over with a mason jar, and not like apple pie. I'm talking rubbing alcohol.
Yeah.
I would get hammered and throw up on the side of my house every year. It was a great time. It was just I love Halloween. So I'm going to a party tonight. I'm not sure exactly. I forgot the name of the person but it's at the B&O. What a nice venue, downtown Youngstown. You know the B&O.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gorgeous. It's gonna be nice.
Great place.
So we're gonna be the human slot machine.
Oh no.
So the human slot machine is. I'll show you the video later. We're doing it with a box. Okay, we got lights going around it. So each one of us has a box. We have this thing, and then we have an apple, a banana. We're gonna have a little pouch, and then someone's gonna ding a bell, and the three of us just go, and we pull out whatever. So if my buddy Mike pulls out the apple, and Chris's wife Chrissy pulls out the apple, and I pull out the red apple, the person wins. Then we're gonna throw gold coins at him and drink tickets, and then the next person comes up, and the lights are going, and we just go. I pull out an orange, she pulls out a banana. So it's the human slot machine. We'll see how it goes.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
very
gonna be
creative.
fun. And then after probably 10 minutes of a crowd playing, then it's like box off to the side, do our thing, and then if people want to play again, it's gonna be fun. I like Halloween. Any parties for you?
No, not the party kind of dude. Like I'm a party of one. That is it. Party of one.
Daniel, party of one.
Yes, I'll dress up. I'll give myself first prize, and I will be happy.
What candy don't you like? So Reese's we established is the best.
Yeah, I really don't like anything other than Reese's. Like it's all kind of gross, overly sweet. Werther's maybe, the Werther's candy is.
We talked about that, didn't we? I'm like a 90-year-old. I bought another pack the other day.
Yeah, Jolly Ranchers I like.
Okay.
But anything else is kind of gross. Like I don't like the taffy or.
Oh no, me neither.
Those pixie sticks or anything.
Chocolate? Would you prefer chocolate over like the gummy fish kind of stuff, or you like the gummy fish nerds? Like there's that category of candy, and then there's chocolate candy.
Yeah, probably chocolate.
I see you as a decadent cocoa, 80% dark chocolate, kind of like
with a hint of something.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I lift my pinky when I eat my chocolate.
There's like a hint of jasmine or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me. Sage.
Yep.
Oh God! All right, so Halloween decorations. I do my house.
Since we were on sort of alcohol, like I want to ask you a question about this because I went to the liquor store the other day to get some bourbon, and when I was there was a salesperson, one of the reps from one of the liquor companies, and they were saying, "Hey, we just got our license in Ohio. If you're looking for something, whatever, try our stuff. We're just coming out and whatever." And I'm like, okay, well, I like bourbon, and there's some bourbon there, and it's new. I got to the counter, and this ended up being like almost $100 bottle of bourbon, right? And so I just thought, like, I feel so scammed. I felt like someone got me in that moment. So do you have any notable things where you've purchased something and sort of had regret because a salesperson made you do something that you wouldn't have otherwise done when you went in somewhere?
Wow, that's a great question. Did you try the bourbon?
I did.
Was it good?
It was okay.
Not $100.
Not $100.
You could buy good bourbon for $40.
Exactly.
Right.
Some of my favorites are $40,
Okay.
and I was like, and maybe because it costs more, I put more expectations on it.
Yeah.
It was okay. If it had been a $40 bottle, I might have been more tolerant.
Right.
Yep.
But it was like almost 100. That's a great question. Have I ever felt like kind of scammed?
Because I'm not an easy truster as it is, and so when I feel like I get taken, it makes me even go,
whoa.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, everyone has to stop and pause.
That's right.
That happens because I think you're pretty thorough with regards to not letting that happen. But it happens to the best of us. I'm trying to think if there was a time in my life.
Well, let me give you scenarios.
Okay.
So it usually happens when you're out of your element. You're buying technology and you're not really good in technology, or you don't know anything about cars and you're buying a car. So it's most likely those are the...
I'm usually out of my element. Everywhere I go. That's not my element. That's not my element. If I was in Halloween Village town, I'd be in my element.
Yep.
Right. So go ahead. Give me a situation. So
yeah,
usually
so
it's out of your
any of those.
element.
Have you ever had bad car experience?
Bad car experience?
Car experience.
Well, yeah, the recent car so the car I bought, no, it was a bad customer service experience. So I bought this 2020 XT6 Cadillac because I wanted a third row, bought it up in Streetsboro. Day one, I came home, antifreeze on my driveway. I go, what the hell is going on here? This was 2 years. So the car was only a couple years old when I got it. I bring it back up there. I go, hey. They check it. They go, oh, yeah, we got it. Come home. Not shitting you. Overnight, antifreeze. So I look inside. I'm not a mechanic, but I look inside. I see it kind of running down the radiator-ish. I take it back up there. They said, oh, it's condensation from... I go, listen, I'm no mechanic, but I know condensation from an air conditioning. You know, you get that little puddle in your... I go, it's green, dude. Here's the picture. I'm showing you the green and red part of the antifreeze. 4 times. Finally, I told him, F off. I couldn't. I talked to the highest person I could at that level of... But I said, your customer care is horrible. I tried to get a mechanic to come out and look. They wouldn't do it. I go, how can your mechanic... I want to... Took it to Columbia in a Cadillac. I'm going to give them a shout out. Brought me in. No problem, Mr. Blasko. You're still under warranty. It is the radiator and the water pump. We're going to replace them for free. Done. So they have a customer
How
for
easy?
life. So I don't feel like... I don't know if I got snowballed. Like they knew that shit was leaking and they sold me the car anyways. And then just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right example, but that pissed me off.
I have a similar Tesla service center jacked me over pretty good.
Really?
Oh, so bad.
Local?
And, I do. What's that?
Local or far away?
Down in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
All right. So they've always done really good. So I think it comes down to if you have the day that dude's working,
gotcha.
It sucks.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And so like my car, the suspensions was making a little bit of noise. So usually every couple years you throw something in a suspension, a couple $100 and it's done. And then while I was there, I was like, okay, well, I'd probably need some tires in the next whatever. So put 2 tires on this sucker and whatever. So that was what I asked them to do. Fix the little squeak that's in the front of the suspension and give me 2 tires on the front. So they call me back and say, hey, we were putting your rear tires on and we noticed that your wheels probably need replaced. I was like, time out, it was front tires you were supposed to put on. Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, we already did the back ones, right?
What?
We already did the back ones. And because the rims probably need replaced, we can't take those off now. So I was like, well, put the front ones on. And so I finally agreed to just do all four tires when I wasn't even going to do any. And I get the car home, and guess what?
What?
They didn't do the suspension. It's the only thing I took it there. The squeaky sound is still happening.
Oh, my gosh.
And the bill for doing the 4 tires and the rims that were damaged, they sent me an estimate for $6,700 when all it was a couple $100 for a suspension and maybe 2 tires.
What?
Yeah. And so I was like, I said, are you punking me?
Right.
Like this
Where's
feels,
the camera?
This feels like somebody's going to say, how can we jack with this guy the absolute most? And I don't publicly throw anybody under the bus on this.
Right.
But they not only jacked me over, 0 attempt or ability or willingness to make it right. And that's effed up.
That's what pisses me off.
Yep.
If you F up and fine, admit it, okay, I'll come back to you. But if you would try to ignore it or get around it. Oh.
So I went to Cleveland and I said, hey, Wexford's pretty much dead for me.
Right.
Is there anything you can do to finish this thing off? And they've been cordial.
Good.
So.
Good. Yeah, it's always good to find
I hate to
someone.
kill the whole service center off for it might be just a couple dudes that don't care, but still, it stings a little bit.
Yeah, because that whole place is a product of their environment. So it's that whole one bad apple spoils the bunch, which it does. That's a bummer. But my philosophy on one bad apple spoils the bunch, people talk about that, right?
Yeah, right.
So because I'm a motivational speaker, my thought is if one bad apple can spoil the bunch, I always say, why can't one sweet peach ripen the bushel? Right? We let one person suck the energy out of it. We could always put it back. Yep. You just got to decide which one you want to be when you walk in.
And I'm giving them opportunity to have that one with sweet pea. Is that what you call
sweet
it?
peach, I say. Peaches and apples. We're sticking with fruits.
I can't eat peaches, so it's sweet pea.
Yeah.
Too much sugar sounds more endearing anyhow.
Sweet pea. Remember Sweet Pea? He was from Popeye.
Yeah, I remember Sweet Pea.
Oil.
I threw us way off track. This was about salespeople getting.
I love it. No, we go from Halloween to salespeople. I feel you would probably dress up as Nikolai.
Nikola Tesla? I never thought about it, but I got that Serbian type of...
Yeah, he looks like Einstein a little bit, but not the hair at all. I'm just saying that mustache and that face.
Yeah, it would be partial. Like, I could get the back of Nikola's hair, but the front would be void. It would have to be a wig.
You have to put a wig on.
Yeah. I don't know if they sell Nikola wigs.
Speaking of your boy Nikola, I saw an article. I clicked on it, opened it up. I don't like to go down the rabbit hole too much.
Oh, no, I do.
Click here. Next thing you know, 20 minutes later, I'm hitting back to try and get out of it.
Why is all my money gone? Why is my name Pedro now? Why did I lose my job?
I feel I'm missing a kidney. Okay. He is doing, so we talked about tiny houses. Remember I told you I finally found something on Facebook that I love. We talked about what I hate, what I tolerate. He's doing a 10th, I thought a modular. Oh, it's not. He's not even alive. Not Tesla.
What the heck?
I know, I got you excited.
Musk.
I'm like, he's not alive anymore. Elon, your other boy.
Because if somebody brought him back, like this is a good rabbit hole to be on.
You just got excited.
I did. I was like, can I meet him?
Nicholas Tesla back. No, Musk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
$10,000 tiny homes, like a modular home, where he wants people who can afford housing to be able to at least afford that, which I thought's pretty admirable. I love it when someone who has a lot of wealth and knowledge and skill set looks, I don't want to say for the little guy, but looks out for others. And a lot of people don't see that. They see this person as this big guy and he's got his money and he's rich. You know what? First of all, the dude earned it, period. I mean, there are some people who are handed silver spoon, right? Mm-hmm. But there are a lot of people in this world who are self-made people. And it bugs the shit out of me when people get mad and envious and jealous of that person because they busted their ass to do that. You know, so
well, some people feel that he didn't, and that
was he handed something from?
Well, so when the government started doing all of their like solar and green energy type of stuff, they leaned on people who were willing to put up the mental energy to pull some of that stuff off. So in the beginning, he got loans and subsidies out the when it didn't make financial sense to do it. So he's one of those people who jumped in early on, and the government helped him to get that start.
Secure the loans and all
then
that stuff.
He paid the loans back, and he no longer gets the subsidies. Now he's kind of all on his own. So the argument is that had it not been for the government priming that pump, he probably wouldn't be in the industries that he is now.
I don't believe it. I think he would have. He would have found another way.
You think so? He was determined. It might have taken him longer.
It may have been a great uncle over here who had $100 billion to give him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
somebody would have.
Someone would have backed him. He's a go-getter. He has good ideas.
That story. Have you ever listened to him tell the story of like the first couple rocket launches?
No.
He's
SpaceX.
SpaceX. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it was one of the first enterprises where he took all of his. He sold PayPal, sold a website to PayPal, which is now PayPal. So it was his first endeavor. Well, he made a couple of
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so his first one was like a piece of mapping software that I think he sold to like MapQuest or something like that. Then it was PayPal. Took all of the PayPal and started a rocket company. Went over to like, I don't even know, North Korea or some country that's not really friendly with us, and was inquiring about buying a ballistic missile so he could learn rocketry, right?
Oh, jeez, okay.
Yeah, so that might put you on the radar.
Right,
People might be suspicious of it. And so he took all of the money that he got from PayPal and started building rockets. And the first couple of them like blew up, and then he'd have to take the rest of the money. He was down to his last $1 million. Like the last rocket that was on the launch pad represented all of his money. Put it all in on rockets. And so he was sitting there thinking, if this one blows up, we're done. We're not going any further. And that one was the one that actually launched and came so close to not making it on every one of his endeavors. He put the risk up to the very last minute. That takes balls. It really does.
It does take big balls. And I mean, I don't know what his end result was, but was he doing it just because he liked it, or did he want to help humanity, or is it just a hobby? I don't know.
He's got an engineering mind.
Okay.
And so you can't walk through life and not see something that you can somehow add the math and make something better. And if something interests you and you can solve the problem, you get super fixated. He's a little autistic, and so like his attention goes to things and to the data side of things. Exactly, and he drills into it until it's solved. And it's almost that persistence that doesn't allow those things to fail because he hangs in until he can't hang in any longer. So I have a great deal of respect for people who go do nothing but solve problems. So if you took a problem and just like fished it in front of him, chances are if he would get fixated on it and go solve that problem.
If there was a problem, I'd solve it. Check out
the hook
while DJ
revolves it.
That is cool. That's a good man. I like that. that perseverance mind. Speaking of him, and we'll wrap on this because it is Halloween and I have Halloween shit to do. We have to finish our costumes. Is SpaceX rescuing the stranded people, and why not till February? I don't understand that concept because the dock's open now, right? Because they're
so I might have to update that. I saw this morning that the Dragon capsule brought some people back. So I'm wondering.
Wait, what's the Dragon capsule?
That's the capsule that's SpaceX's people container. And so actually, real time. Let me look this up. You got time?
Yeah. Wait, they were going.
So they launched, they docked, and a Dragon capsule landed this morning.
Get out of town.
Let's see if we can.
What's Dragon? I don't know. Is that the?
That's just the model.
Oh,
of...
okay.
All right. I think they're back.
Wait, the 2 people that were stuck up there?
Let's see. Friday, capping a nearly 8-month mission. This morning they came back at 3:20
Wait a second.
a.m.
What?
Yep.
I thought they weren't supposed to come back till February.
But they were scheduled for February.
Which was dumb to me in the first place.
Right, to wait that long? Absolutely.
Right. Are you...
As of this morning, the crew is back.
8 mission? Crew 8.
Yeah, the crew 8 was going to be...
But there was not 8 people up there, was there? I thought it was just a guy and a girl up there.
I think it's called Crew 8. I don't think it's...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think that's the 8th crew.
Oh, my gosh. There it is. Spent 235 days in space. Oh. So he did it.
Brought him back.
God, that's unbelievable. Good.
Breaking news.
Right. You're learning it here first on the Joe and Blasko Show. But the whole fact that you'd have to wait till February blew my mind because I'm like, November, December, January. That's 4 months. I don't know.
Yeah, I think what happened is that they kind of threw off the space station by being there longer than anticipated. So they're pooping more often, they're eating more often, they're taking resources.
Okay.
And I think they were thinking the resupply missions, how soon they can get capacity there, because it's more important that they deliver food and medications and whatever and resources back,
right,
than to waste space on bringing people back. And it's probably like February was worst case, but then they saw, we're ready to go. Everything checks out. We got enough stuff. Bring them home.
I love it. Good. All right. Welcome back to Earth. Folks, enjoy your Halloween. If you're going to booze, be smart about it. Have fun. Dress up. Be a kid again.